Splat.
Don't you hate when your porn's on and just so loud?
Welcome back. It's podcast again time.
What's up again time?
I'm Patrick.
I'm Cesar.
I'm Savanna.
And I'm here. Again.
That is Serenade.
Hey here.
Even
Hey
though,
here.
Yeah.
Remember when we first met and I said, "Get over here," and you looked over and you came and I said, "Who are you, weird stranger?" I was talking to my dog. And you said, "No, my name is Here." And I said, "What kind of name is that?"
Well, I'm gonna leave again.
Is this a true story?
No, it is not.
In the spring of 1936,
Oh shit.
it was rainy, misty, cloudy, with a chance.
You're already ruining
The fog was rolling off her skin ever so gently. And I just knew.
I remember when I quit breastfeeding. It was a drizzly Tuesday.
So, tell
So
us.
if you've never listened to our podcast, it's just, we just talk about whatever. And we have some topics today, actually. So we don't get too off subject with things. Who would do that?
I color in between the lines. Alright. Sometimes.
But a lot of the times, yeah, we just talk about whatever. So that's who we is.
So, Patrick, in fact, the first topic is firsts. Tell us
Furries.
Tell us
No.
about the first time you and Nate kissed. I am interested.
Oh,
That's
what
not
a pervert.
okay, but we're gonna make that topic.
It's actually embarrassing,
Yeah, it
but
is
also really
embarrassing.
sweet.
But
Wait,
Oh.
both of y'all tell it.
Alright, tell
No,
the story
oh,
right now.
Okay,
she should
okay.
probably tell her,
No,
right?
no,
She's
no,
the
no.
girl.
Why don't you
She's
tell
like,
it?
come
Tell it from
on.
your perspective.
Stop interrupting each other.
She's
Oh,
actually a woman.
okay.
I am.
Alright, so we have been dating for 1 week, which, I don't know, does that seem like not that long? Because it felt like not very long.
I mean, 3-day mark is usually like the kiss
But this was in
mark.
high school,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's, I don't know.
It's a
Anyway,
confusing time.
okay, so like, we've been dating for a week. We've been hanging out beforehand for like a month or two.
It's like a month.
Yeah, like a month, and we were like really into each other. So we had only been dating for like a week, and we were gonna go to the mall on the weekend, and I was like, I'm gonna kiss her. I want to kiss her. I don't know. I just really wanted to.
Oh jeez, I'm gonna do it.
Oh boy.
Hold me back.
Cause she's basically like my first and only real girlfriend. I've only had 2 girlfriends, and one was in the 8th grade, and it was like I was so painfully shy that it was like, why were we even together?
It
But
just
we
kind of
were-
happened. It was like,
Me and
oh,
your brother.
oh, we're holding hands? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wait, that's what?
anyway.
I got it.
So we went to the mall and like we were just hanging out, and we were in fucking Hot Topic in the back of the store.
Don't go to fucking hot.
Hot topic.
And like, what did we like hug first?
Oh.
I think we were just talking to each
We were
other.
just talking.
I don't even remember. Oh yeah, okay. So I sprang the "I love you" out too. So
Yeah. All at once?
Dude, baller.
Yeah.
Like after a week.
yeah, after a week. I don't know why. It was just
Nate
like
was all like,
I didn't even think about
So-
it. I just said it. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh. But
Solid.
so like I hadn't said that. So like I knew I was gonna kiss her, and I think we were talking or something, or like just looking at each other. And I said I love you, and then without even giving her a chance to think or anything, I went and kissed her.
And I was just
And I think
like,
she was like, "What?" And then her dad calls immediately. It was like the
My
worst
senses
time.
are
The worst,
tingling.
yeah.
it was really weird.
Dad
Like-
senses.
And so I was just like, right at that moment, I was like, fucking embarrassed. And I just had to stand there awkwardly
Dude,
while I waited for her to talk to her dad.
Oh.
That's
she
so
could,
cute
like,
though. That's nice.
respond. Yeah.
Daddy always comes first.
So that was my sign.
It was so funny because, like, literally, a second after we stopped kissing, and it only lasted a second. It wasn't like
Yeah.
a long kiss. It was just like a meh. But immediately after him kissing me, my dad called and was like, "When are you gonna be home? What are you up to?" And I was like, "Fuck."
Oh boy.
And in my brain, I was like, this guy that I have known for a month and I've been dating for a week just told me he was in love with me, and I don't know what's going on."
In my defense, we had like that, we had that kind of like love at first sight situation. So
But I did tell
I was
him.
really into her.
But I did tell him that I loved him back, even though it had only been a week.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
But there was a lot of
But
confusion.
Patrick has later admitted that he.
There was a lot of confusion
he
on both
feels
sides
he
for
was
like a few
confused
days.
At the time, which is fine. He's like, I probably shouldn't have said that so soon.
I didn't mean to. I blurted it out. I did mean it, but like I shouldn't have
You
said.
just
I
it.
mean, this was 8th, 9th grade?
For
school?
me, it was
For
10th
me, it was
grade.
12th grade.
Oh,
And
shit.
for him, it was 12th grade.
Yeah, we're a year and a half apart.
Oh man.
Yo, bucks. Well, seriously though, like, I can understand if y'all were freshmen.
I was
but
still 17 at the
Oh,
time,
okay.
so like
You're still sort of young.
we
Yeah.
were a year apart. Technically, we're a year and a half.
Yeah. And Pat's actually my first real boyfriend, like, that everything has happened with, so. I mean, I have dated other people, but not to that extent, I guess. Like, obviously, you don't have a kid with anybody else, but, you know, he's the first person that I've kissed, and he's the first person that I've done more than kiss with, so. The only thing I've ever done with anybody else is, like, held their hand. I went out with one person for like 3 months, and literally we just like waved at each other in the hallway.
It's like, hey, we're dating.
We didn't even hug. Like, we just said that we were
Hello.
dating.
We've shared a bed, Serenade.
Oh.
We have.
Things getting testy.
I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
I share a bed with you every day.
Twice.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not fun. You hug the blankets.
No.
I'm a good little person to sleep with. I just pick my little spot and I just
That's what I do.
I'm just like, this is good. There's a little dent where I wake up in the morning and I'm like, that's where I slept all night.
My
Yeah.
grandpa totally
I remember
had
that.
one of those fucking like imprinted into the mattress situations going on. I always thought it was weird. Yeah, I never wanted to lay on his bed because I was like, oh, it's like I'm him.
You get down there.
This is my shadow.
Dude, y'all remember that episode of Rugrats?
Wait, okay. Gotta describe which one.
Yeah.
Like his Tommy's
Uh-oh.
grandparents, I think, had
His
a mattress.
grandpa.
Do you remember this better than me? Cause I kind of fuzzy. Like
You're-
maybe
you're
just the
kinda fuzzy.
grandpa,
Yeah.
where it had the total imprint of his body in it, and I think they thought it swallowed him or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
dude.
I don't remember that.
Rugrats was the shit.
It
I
was
love
the shit.
Rugrats.
I watched
Rugrats.
Rugrats in Paris just today actually.
Yeah.
If you ever,
I am
I-
jealous.
if you watch Rugrats,
I would watch that literally in a heartbeat. I used to own
Don't-
that movie.
nothing.
But anyway, we're off topic.
Yeah, we're
Already.
fine. Okay, so Savannah,
What?
they shared their first. It's your turn. Ladies first.
Tell us about your first kiss.
Yeah.
Alright.
I bet it was magical. Because I bet you couldn't top our kiss. It was in the middle of Hot Topic by the T-shirt.
Yeah, that was
Underneath
pretty,
a giant
pretty
television.
phenomenal.
So my very first kiss was in the 7th grade
Yeah.
with this little ginger kid named Cameron.
Don't
Yeah.
remember.
He had freckles just everywhere and he was Mormon and he had like the curliest hair. And like he was such a little pervert. He was like, I've never kissed before. And then we kissed. And like, listen, like this is the first time I've ever kissed anyone. And like I was like, okay, 1, 2, 3. And like he leaned in for a kiss, like he immediately grabbed my butt. Like not even like he wasn't as shy as I was. I was like, alright, here we go. And he was like,
This is how my daddy kisses my mommy.
freaking Mormons. Anyway. So
My
like,
mommy and his girlfriend.
but like, you know, you're in middle school, so like that's like the horniest you'll ever be, right? Do y'all remember being so fucking
In middle
horny?
school?
Do you remember?
okay,
Come
on.
the one
Way hornier in
little
high
story
school.
I had.
Way
Way
hornier in
hornier
middle
in
school.
high
I
school.
had no idea what my body was doing at that time. Do you? Come on.
It really
Son
is.
of a biscuit.
No,
Alright.
I was-
Were you like an early bloomer kind of thing?
No, I was late. I was super late. But like,
So was, oh, no.
like afterwards, like after that kiss, we
Thanks.
would meet. We would like meet in between
to
our
backpedal.
lunch period. Like before our, I'm not even kidding. Every time we would meet, we'd like go into that little like zigzag place that like went from like to the English classroom, right?
Yeah.
With Miss
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
The
yeah.
little
That was
zigzag
so
tunnel.
weird.
It was the weirdest little layout.
Part of the school in.
But like that's where
Oh, I'll tell in a minute.
we were kissing and like that's where we would meet and just like make out, middle school make out. And every time we
Middle school
met,
makeout.
Miss Hudson, our art teacher, always
Came
like
out.
was coming down the sidewalk, and she was always like, "Guys, this is the third time this week I caught y'all making out.
Knock it off.
Just stop it." So anyway, that's my story.
Damn.
That's
So
my
That's
tale
pretty
of
intense.
Mormon kisses.
We live in a little tiny town that's 2,000 people, and this is the first school I've ever been to that like half of the school is outside, like the hallway part.
Mhm.
So anytime during the day, you're just walking outside to get. It's a tiny school though. It's like 3 buildings.
They
that
can
are really
easily
tiny.
put all the classes in one building.
Yeah.
But they're like,
They just made
hey,
it like
you know what's
that.
really
It's
fun
so
to do when
weird.
it rains? Walking outside. With like little to no coverage at all. Who wants pneumonia? Everybody.
That was our school.
That was. Oh
Yeah.
boy. They got like bars and such in like most of the middle school now, so like people don't escape. It's
I
crazy.
remember being skinny
Yeah,
enough,
it's so weird.
and I was like flat chested up until like 7th grade,
And then it was like,
and I was able.
Me too.
No, I was like the skinniest little girl, so I was like able to like squeeze through the bars, and I was the first one always down to the track during athletics, because like all those fat bitches had to wait for the coach to open the gate.
your mom gave you an extra strip of bacon.
I was one of those fat bitches.
Now you.
Oh god.
Okay, but seriously, guys, 7th grade athletics, I was like huffing and puffing, just trying to complete a lap. And Serenade was like, "Girl, go, girl. You're doing good, girl." I was like, "Girl, I'm dying." She was like, "You're doing okay. You're gonna make it."
I was like, that was literally me last year. I feel you.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Anyway, what's
Yeah, I was in PE, so I never had to leave through the gates. We just went to like the practice gym. And then, oh my god, it's so embarrassing talking about because like the coach was just like, all y'all got to do to make an A today is make 20 baskets. You got 40 minutes, make 20 baskets. I could never do it. Never do
You're
it.
still there.
I would try the whole 40 minutes and I would get like 6.
You're like, "Can someone pick me up?"
I'm not very sports inclined. The only sport I've been good at is soccer. And as a defender. That got really quiet, right?
It did.
You're just like
I wish I
Nobody.
could make it
I was
work.
expecting someone to chime in like, "Oh, I played football."
Well, I mean, I've
Well,
always
I
played
played
athletics
professional ping pong.
since like I was in Pop
My
Warner.
role model is
actually.
Forrest Gump.
I was in Pop Warner and football,
Cheer. Oh.
and I remember being a Hispanic guy. We grow a whole lot faster than everyone else.
Yeah,
like
y'all
real
get
quick.
a lot of water and sun, right?
Oh, exactly. We just like sprout like no one's business.
Y'all
like
already
little
had
beans.
little mustaches.
Exactly.
That was so not fair, dude. Fucking 8th grade Sergio had a bushy mustache.
Right.
I was like, God damn it, I've always wanted a beard. Still
I
can't grow
remember
one.
this one kid. I
Pisses
don't think
me
he
off.
like still went to school here at that point, but like I remember him like he had a mirror inside of his locker, and he would like shave between his class periods. I was like, we're in the 6th grade.
6th grade. Oh my
Anyway,
Did y'all
Cesar.
also never use your school lockers?
Anyways,
Mm-mm.
I
I had
did
everything in my
actually.
backpack.
I use mine. But anyways,
Just books.
so I was at Pop Warner, right? And so we sprouted, and so I'd play against all my classmates. They're all tiny, and so we'd like do some plays, and I just like they try to tackle me, and they were just like hanging on me. I was like, these shrimps. And then high school came along, and they're like 6 foot. I'm like, motherfuckers, assholes,
Germans.
These Germans, you late bloomers. So, you want to know my first?
Yes, it's your
Yes.
turn.
It is my turn.
Let's
I'm
do it.
scared.
Let's
Correct.
do it.
Y'all ready for this?
Hell yeah.
Your dog doesn't count.
Oh fuck.
Or
Mom. I'm just kidding.
My grandma when I was 2 years old.
Alright, so there was whatchamacallit. I had like first a little
Like candy?
pecs here and there, freaking like in elementary school. I remember. Yeah, it was like little, oh girls, kitties. Like you really run away.
Oh, I thought you meant muscular pecs. I was like, wow, Cesar, really hitting
Cool.
the bricks early.
Anyways, but like my first one was like in freshman year. I was dating this girl named Zaida, and like I liked her. I was like, oh fuck, I kissed everyone all the time. I'm a
You're
pro.
one of those kids.
I was like, I know what I'm doing. And so came around. It was a football game. I think it was homecoming. I was in the band in 8th grade, or in freshman year, and so.
Band was so lit back then.
Right? It was awesome those young years when everyone else was like doing soup drop. Anyways. So we went to the back of that mound on the old football field?
The mound. Yeah.
We went behind the mound where all the little kids were playing and shit. So we went there, and then I was like, oh shit, we're about to kiss. And then we kissed, and then I'm all like, wow, this is different. This is different. And then it's like she started doing tongue, and I was like, oh no.
Oh my god, whoa.
It just went right into it. I'm like,
A spirit.
It's like, too fast.
and next thing you know, it was like about like a minute into the kiss, and then freaking Mr. Shanley came by, and he was all like,
Oh my
hey,
God.
you love birds, you better
Yeah, because
stop
he's
that.
fucking tall enough to see over the whole mound. Dude's like a tree.
6'7", right? Is his height or something?
Something like that. God
Fuck
damn.
crazy. Anyways, he
He
thought
wears suits. How does he find suits that tall?
tall men XL.
Good
It's
lord.
a
Big and
It's a
tall.
store.
it's a store.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was my
Golly.
first kiss, and it was way different. And then afterwards, I'm all like,
I'm a man now. That's when your mustache started really coming in.
The two
So,
things,
yeah.
the two most irrational fears I've ever had, not that this is a topic, but it pertains to Mr. Shanley. One was three-toed sloths being able to use their arms as like wagon wheels and running really fast.
oh, they were saying,
Like going like this. That freaks me out.
That would never happen.
I know. All right, but just imagine like a sloth being like a gorilla and just with their long arms. All right, so that's my first irrational fear, and my second one is Mr. Shanley being up in a tree. That's another biggie for me.
I
Or was it a tree up in Mr.
Oh.
Shanley?
was that visual just perfect? Just
I was just laughing at her.
I honestly didn't expect you to say that. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that.
So, alright, y'all, those are my two
Literally
things.
crying.
Alright. One of
can
my
just
irrational fears is just the feet of a starfish on me.
Really?
Just the
Oh.
1,000
Like
little
they're
tiny
crawling, they're
baby feet
walking.
moving at once. Yeah, because I used to go to like little aquatic nurseries as a kid, and you could like, they had little aquariums you could stick your hand in, feel like the manta ray and shit.
Oh.
And I'd pick up the starfish, and it would climb on my hand, and I'd be like, just like throw it away.
I guess
It's the weirdest thing. Imagine
Oh my
like,
God.
Tiny feet, just all everywhere.
yeah, just imagine
Yeah.
millipedes on your hand.
Oh no, I
yeah,
can't.
fuck.
It's the same thing,
Don't
I
want
swear. I know it's a starfish, and it's on SpongeBob.
I'm
the
still
SquarePants,
laughing about
But it's fucking creepy.
I can't stop laughing about that image.
Do you-
It's so
do y'all-
scary, dude.
Cesar, you have a rational fear?
I guess it's not really it's irrational, but it's like kind of makes sense. I remember playing Bloody Mary one time
Oh,
and
fuck
getting
that.
drunk,
No.
and ever since then, like nothing
You're
happened,
drunk?
obviously. But I
That's
was
the worst idea.
I was like I was freshman. I was 15. I got drunk, did Bloody Mary. Anyways, after that, ever since then, I couldn't look into a mirror and not think there was something behind me. I was like, oh god, there's something. It's
Me and my
crazy.
sister used to do that a lot. Alright, here you go, friend.
Taking some now? Fuck yeah.
It's called
Two
pre-
shots.
I am drinking pineapple vodka.
Oh, too much. That's fat.
Never had.
Fat.
Look how
Pineapple
fat
vodka.
that is.
What's wrong? Watch me drink it all.
Watch me.
We still got a thing to do after this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
the
I also
trivia.
have work in the morning.
Yeah, give me that.
You have a hair in your glass, but here you go. There you go.
I'll swallow with pride.
Yeah.
A little more than that, greedy.
No. Yuck.
That's
Oh,
pineapple
that's
vodka.
Alright.
really pineapple.
Next topic.
All right, guys, we ready?
Yeah.
Quick
And what
intermission.
is- quick intermission.
Sorry. All right. Savannah,
Yeah.
I have a Nintendo Switch. I have Nintendo Switch games. So, to keep kids from choking on these, they coated it in this like
Okay,
glue
alright.
stuff.
I understand
Yeah,
now why.
It's pretty bad. So you're gonna get to try it out.
Alright,
I
is
So
tried
it
just
it out.
lick like this black area.
I've tried it out. Patch tried it out.
I don't know,
Alright,
is
alright.
it gonna affect me? Because I just had a lot of vodka.
No, it'll just
No,
stay in
no,
your
no, no.
taste. It's all. It'll just
No,
stay
it's
in there
fine,
for a
just
little
leave
bit.
It will literally kill you since you had vodka.
Like, put it on your tongue. Not like the tip of your tongue. Okay, never mind. Don't eat my game. Jesus. You can't... Nothing?
Nothing.
What the
It's
fuck?
not the it's this part right here.
No, well, don't put your mouth on that. That's
So
the chip.
the
That's
very
the microchip.
right here.
Oh
No, that's the microchip.
No,
like
I mean
just
she's
on
not.
the tip of the
Yeah,
block?
the tip of the black. That's what. Do you taste it now?
No.
Alright, give it back. Do you want to try another one? Or should
Yeah, of course I want
Alright.
to try another
Time
one.
to edit the video.
God damn, this is like so disappointing for you.
We're gonna make her reaction just go.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh.
Oh, thank you, Tetris.
Oh. Ah.
Okay.
Oh, don't vomit.
Here, have some more
This
vodka.
is my...
I want to die.
Hold on. There's some water right there if you want to grab that.
Nate, do you want to try it?
No, you made
I'll
me
try
already.
it.
Oh, do you want to try it again?
No.
Swig it.
I don't want to do it.
I'll do it.
Alright,
Oh
so-
gosh.
Alright, guys, so that's a deterrent for children. It's like it just activates all the bad things in your tongue.
I taste.
It's like almost like stinging.
Yeah.
It's a little bit. I can feel it. I
Yeah,
thought it was
it's
the alcohol, but like, and I didn't even think about it.
So like me, I taste like the back of my tongue,
Yes.
yeah. Like freaking when you chew, have
When you
you
brush your tongue.
teeth, brush your tongue, and you have that like sweetness or like freaking orange juice in the back, and it's like
Sweetness.
it's just
That's
not a
what
good
it
mix.
is. Yes,
Yeah,
it's when you
yeah, I
drink
get
orange
you.
juice and toothpaste.
Or just like if you haven't drank
Or
orange
a
juice.
gel.
You know, like if you're just taking your first sip of orange juice and it's all like feels like your mouth shrivels up.
Yeah.
Just like.
Mhm. Alright.
Okay. Anyway, so.
So new
Great
subject.
intermission.
Thank you. More fun, interactive intermissions on future episodes.
So next moment, we are gonna talk about our drunkest moments.
Oh,
my
dude.
God.
Okay.
Oh jeez, it's appropriate since we're drinking a little bit. I'll start off with mine. My drunkest moment, oh my god, was the first time I drank. So it's a mixture of first and
You've never topped yourself?
I've never topped, or I've chopped myself.
One day we have to fix
Chopped
that.
yourself.
I've chopped myself.
You're
I've
chopped.
I'm chopped. I'm gone
chopped.
from the show. Fucking. No. Anyways,
That's literally
Damn.
my favorite show.
Yeah.
so I was at a friend's house. His name's James B. I don't know if y'all know him. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Nate
we do.
knows him
Yeah,
really
yeah.
well.
We do.
And I got really
He's
drunk.
like my half brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking me and him got so drunk off of scotch and tequila on Cinco de Mayo, and I shit you not, I freaking fell down his stairs.
How old were you again?
I was like 15, 14,
Shit.
and freaking I went down the stairs and we got his bed mattress because his dad wasn't home or no one was home. We went down his stairs in a bed mattress and we're like, and it fucking fell like, oh, your turn. And then freaking more hours went by and I just got even more drunk and I went like running down the road. He was like
Oh my
chasing
God.
after me. He's like,
We're going
"Cesar."
streaking.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, taking off my clothes like, oh my god, it's so hot. Help me.
So we quad and into the
Luckily for
gymnasium.
you, they live in the middle of nowhere.
Help me, Oprah Winfrey. Help me, Tom Cruise.
So
Tom Cruise usually with trap.
so this is a little bit embarrassing. I blacked out, had throw up all over me, and
oh, no.
I freaking whizzed myself freaking
Oh, no.
everywhere, and it was on his
Man.
floor, and he was
Oh.
like, oh, I was so sick the next day. It
Not,
was
not
terrible.
embarrassing. Go big or go home.
He was probably like, I'm never inviting you over here again.
Pretty much, like.
Ever.
And then I'll share one more moment when I was
Sure.
an adult, when I blacked out for the first time.
I
I
haven't
was
done that yet.
I was at an
Me
EDM
neither.
concert, and fucking they
You
were
mean
just
BDSM?
BDSM. We were just all just like, all right, get the whips. What?
Oh god.
No, EDM, which is electronic dance music, and I was at that concert, and they just kept on handing me drink after drink after
Who
drink.
is they?
My friends, they were just like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
have another drink, a round, you know.
But they got together beforehand, like, we're gonna fuck Cesar up.
Probably.
Right.
He's like, all right, this dude, he's gonna be shit. He's gonna be puking out of his butthole.
His face is gonna look like cow shit.
Anyways,
Shit faced.
I freaking had, I think the last time I remember, I had 13 or 14 drinks is what I can remember. And I said I kept on drinking even more after that.
Oh,
And all I remember was bits and pieces of the concert. I took Snapchat videos, like, or I was typing stuff like, like, I took pictures. I was in places. I was outside when I took a picture. I had no idea where I was or when I took it. And then
Different
I remember
club.
different club. I remember waking up, like coming back to consciousness, and I was at the river. And my friends were topping me because I wanted to jump in. I was like, no, come here. I got my foot wet in the river. I was like, please, guys, I want to swim. And then I ran away. So I was like, y'all guys are assholes. And I ran away from them. And they tackled me. And a lot of people tackle me when I'm drunk. I wake up with bruises.
It sounds like a necessity at this point.
What the fuck?
So those are my drunkest moments.
Who can
All
tackle
right.
Cesar?
Your finest hour.
Cesar's finest hour.
If we ever get drunk together, I'm tackling this shit out of you.
Do it. Only if I'm blacked out, though. So I don't try to beat you up.
Alrighty. I'll do one.
Do
Alright,
it.
Go for it.
Let's do it.
Alright, so I am not by any means a party animal, and I don't drink very often. I don't really like to drink very often to where I'm like just incapacitated, but like,
Yeah.
you know, everyone likes to let loose every now and again. So I went to a party with my boyfriend, and like, I'm not even kidding, I'm not saying this just because that's cute, you got drunk for the first time with your boyfriend. No. So, oh man, it was so bad. So like, I went to this party, okay, and like my boyfriend wasn't even there. He was just like, it was all my music major buddies, like at the thing I used to go to. And like he was like, I'll pick you up, just tell me when. And like, he was being real sweet. Like, I was like, I don't really want you to go because you're not gonna have a good time, and that's gonna make me not have a good time. He was like, I didn't say it. He just knew it. He was like, I'll just stay here. And I was like, thank you. And then so went to this party, and so I got so shamrocked.
Shamrock. Boom.
So like so my friend made Jello shots. It was his 21st birthday, so they had Jello shots. Like a lot of like, he's Mexican, so they had like sangria and like so much Patron. Like not even kidding, a ton of
Hell
Patron.
yeah.
So like
Yeah.
I got there and I was like, I hadn't seen this guy in like 2 years. I was like, Eddie, let's do some shots. Like you don't do shots until like later. And I was like,
You did shots right at the beginning.
Oh, man.
my man.
That's
Let's
how you
do
black
some
out.
shots.
Though. Whenever you do straight up liquor,
So,
very
okay.
close
That
together.
was Eduardo at one party. He was out within 30 minutes.
Right.
No fucking joke.
No, and I did good. I had 4 shots of Patron.
Oh.
4 within the first
damn.
15 minutes.
It's like 2 margaritas.
Gotcha. Okay.
Good lord.
So like, and then
What's
I had
the
like,
ro-
I know. I was like, you birdie. Anyway, so I had like 10 Jello shots, and like, I kind of like, I was in a stage to where like, I felt like I was sleepwalking, and I was like walking around, and then I went like outside to the backyard, and like, but I would forget walking to where I needed to go. I just remember waking up and being there.
Oh no.
I remember being in the living room and being like, I'm gonna go to the backyard. Poof, I'm in the backyard.
Oh my god.
So
Oh yeah, you're
that's
spotty.
one point, okay.
Dude,
And
That's
it was
called browning out, actually.
getting a
Yeah.
little bit spooky because like these people I went to, like I was in college band with, collegiate band. I was like, these people that didn't even like know me and or like me was like, they were like, oh dude, we should kiss.
Oh,
I was like,
No.
maybe not.
No.
So this whole party, like, out of like,
God, at least you weren't like, oh yeah.
right? No,
Yeah.
I'm really proud of myself.
You
Like,
said Andrew was there, right?
no, he
No, he
wasn't
wasn't.
there, and so that's
Oh,
like,
that's
I'm
right.
even prouder. Like,
Yeah.
so like 2 guys were like, and a girl were like, can we just like,
the girl.
okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. My gay friend, Eddie, who I was there for, it was his 21st, he was like, I was drunk and like I didn't expect anything from him, and he's a very close person. Like we're very close contact, but I'm like, I don't get his dick hard, so like who cares? So like I'm like
we rub our butts on each other.
yeah. I was like, oh my baby, my baby, my baby, and he was like, and I think all I heard was like, and then I was like, for anything he could have been like, do you want me to kill your family, or like and I was like, yeah, sure, and like he said, can I give you a peck? And he gave me a peck. He was like doing the gay thing, and like, but like doing the gay thing where he was like not doing the gay thing because he was so drunk. So like he kissed me, and I was like,
what?
So and then I got really scared and confused. I started crying.
Oh no.
And I called it, but I didn't cry in front of anyone. I went to the restroom and I called Andrew. I was like, I'm ready. Come pick me up. He was like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. And he was so good. He was like, let's go to Insomnia Cookies.
That sounds like a bummer.
I'll get you a cookie and we'll go home. And he got me a cookie and we went home.
Oh, best dude.
And then you couldn't sleep because you had insomnia cookies.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad move.
So that's the thing where I kissed a gay man.
I'm not gonna lie, gay people in general, lesbians and gay men will kiss
They're out
anyone.
to experiment.
Straight up. I went to Pride the other day, and I was hanging out with some gay girls and some gay guys, some of my friends that I have. And, I was expecting something from the gay guys. But one of the gay girls started hitting up on me. I was like, I didn't think nothing of it. And then we started making out at the end of the night. I'm like,
man.
Whoa. You're gay. It's like, I kiss everyone when I'm drunk. And then we started kissing more. I'm like, okay.
This is cool.
I mean, a kiss
but that's about it. Yeah.
is different than, like, that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? So.
Yeah, like she said, I'm just having fun, I was helping her, like, pretty much the whole night. But it's still, though, I was like, damn, I feel bad.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's like...
Inception!
Golly.
What
Patrick,
Okay,
your
okay,
turn.
okay.
Oh, okay. Well, didn't I already tell mine on one of our Dark Souls episodes?
You can do it, or do you have another one?
Yeah, I guess I have another
Be
one.
rehabilitated.
And if y'all don't know, if y'all haven't seen that episode, basically he threw a burger at a popular girl, and she almost beat him up.
That's awesome! Who'd you throw it at?
I'll bleep it.
I wouldn't say.
Good job!
I wouldn't say that was your drunkest moment. I would think jumping into a pool and busting your mouth open.
That's
with all your
another one.
clothes on.
Okay,
That's not one to be proud of.
That's not the one I have in mind.
Slapping a knee.
Okay, so
That
the
is
first time,
so cool.
the first time that I actually got drunk, I was at it was the first time. What the fuck am I saying? Yeah, the first time I actually got drunk, I was at a 4th of July party, and it was at this dude's house in the hills. He was like totally like this grown ass man, and I guess he just threw parties for minors because like everybody that was there was a minor.
That's awesome.
So I went with my friend Ryan, and we were like hanging out, and I was like, I'm not gonna drink. It's not really my thing, so I'm just gonna like chill out. And then
That was the biggest lie ever that you've ever told that
Were
night.
you there?
yeah, it was to
That was before
myself.
we met.
And then they brought out Jello shots, and my friend Ryan was like, "Oh man, there's not even that much in there. They just taste good." I was like,
Jello!
"Fuck, I like Jello." So I ate one, and it was really good. I was like, "Man, I like Jello. This is
You
awesome."
gotta make it just right, too.
So I ate like 3 of them. They made them perfect. Like they would hit you hard. And
No
Good to
know.
hear.
taste.
And then also Van,
Van was
that
there?
you know,
Yeah.
he showed up with fucking like wine coolers.
Oh.
He's always bringing alcohol.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this is like barely anything. It just tastes like juice, so it's great."
It
I was
literally
like,
does,
awesome.
like
I'll just
Kool-Aid.
drink this, and I drank like 2 or 3 of them. They were Smirnoffs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really
boy.
fucking good. But before I knew it, I went to the bathroom and I was peeing, and then I just like toppled my head into the wall and just like was leaning over. And then everything was topsy-turvy after that. I was like, whoa. So as I said, Eduardo, like within 30 minutes was like, I'm getting drunk. So he was out. So I went upstairs, and this guy's whole upstairs is nothing but beds. He's got like 20 beds.
Oh,
I think he
shit.
does this a lot.
Yeah.
That was the only time I went though. But Eduardo was
You didn't
there
tell me
in
about
the
this
dark.
guy.
I don't remember who he was. I just went with Ryan. So Eduardo was there passed out on the bed, like in his underwear. And
Wait a freaking second.
on the
what?
way down, I don't know why I had a water bottle. I was like at the top of the stairs, and my classmate, my friend Emily, was there. And I was like, Emily, check this out. It's a water slide. And
But it's not.
I sprayed my water bottle on the stairs, which are covered in carpet. And I like tried to slide down, and it just bumped every step, like. It was so dumb. It was so stupid.
I broke my ass that night.
And
My
then
ass
like
is broke.
later on, I was hanging out with Ryan, and I had a solo cup of something. I think I made a mixed drink, like rum and coke. And I just like toppled over. I think I peed off in the bushes, and I came back, and I toppled over in the yard and like rolled. And my friend Ryan was like, "Oh my God, I'm just so impressed! You didn't spill your cup." I kept it perfectly gyrated as I rolled. And then, and then I threw up too, and then immediately started drinking it. And he was like, "Oh hell yeah, this is awesome."
Alright, so
It was
this guy is like, what? 70? And he's like inviting minors to his house.
No, he was like
He's like
probably
30 or 40.
mid-20s.
There's
Probably mid-20s.
20 beds.
And then my little brother was
upstairs.
there, and at that time he was like 16 maybe, and he was crawling through the grass like Call of Duty style, like get down, man, they're gonna get you. So I jumped.
Jason?
So obviously, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously I jumped down, and I'm like, oh fuck, dude, where are they at? And we crawled to a fence, and I was like, I gotta get over. So I like
That's
fucking
precious.
crawled over and flopped down like stealth style, like climbed up it like a spider, crawled over.
That is
Yeah.
so cute.
That's
Anyway,
awesome.
this guy, like, you found
And I have
Eduardo
more
in his
stories,
underwear
stories.
upstairs.
Yeah, that's what I was spinning. It was like,
No, like
this
like
dude's a little bit.
Ryan and like I think another one of our friends just like brought him up to bed.
Ass in the air.
Yeah.
No, he was covered in blankets, and then when we woke him up later when we had to leave at like 5 or 6 in the morning, it was soaked. Everything was just soaked. He sweated all his alcohol out, I think.
Good
shit.
job.
Not all of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had a fucking hangover.
Sure, a lot of
Oh,
it was
yeah.
pee.
Yeah,
man.
that's
It probably was. I think it did stink.
So Nade, your turn.
I've never been drunk.
Oh really?
Yeah, she's never got like.
Good
Oh,
for
smashed
you.
Well, thank you for making me
I
feel
have,
like
I have
such
nothing
a.
to add because
Alright, wait. I do have a question for you. My 21st in January, will you be willing to come with me to a comedy club?
You're not 21.
No, I'm not.
What a baby.
I know. / strip club.
oh,
And
Patrick.
get
Uh-oh.
smashed with me. Get smashed. You have to get smashed.
Smash.
You gotta get SMA.
I would-
SHMASHED.
You know, it's not because of lack of trying that I haven't gotten drunk. I guess I just have like a high tolerance for alcohol. I mean, I have like one drink and my face gets flushed, but I don't feel drunk at all. And I've been to a lot of parties with Pat where he's just like drinking the exact same amount as me, and he's just like
I don't know. I think it was
diving into pools and running around without a shirt on, and I'm just sitting there like, what is happening right now? And sometimes I feel like I drink more than him. Well, we haven't gone to a party in a really long time, but
Yeah, I've only been to like 10 parties, by the way. So it sounds like I've been to a lot, but not really.
but
I've been.
anytime that we have gone, Pat is always a wreck. And
Anytime I go, I'm
and
like,
I
I'm
drink-
getting fucked
And
up.
I drink the same amount, and I am just like totally chill and calm. There have been many a time there was this one time when Pat got really drunk, and I had been drinking literally since the moment we arrived at that party, and then continued to drink until we got home, and I was like totally peachy.
What's
And I
going
I had to give Patrick a bath.
Oh, plot
Because
twist.
he was like,
Pat's just like.
he was so inebriated. He was so drunk
I just wanted
he
a
couldn't
bath.
even get up out of the
I
tub.
think I puked on myself.
Yeah, you
Aw,
did. He
that's
threw up
so
on him.
sad.
He threw up on himself, and then I had to get him into the tub, and then he was.
Oh, and I got out of the tub,
Sounds
like
like-
leaned over the tub into the toilet and
And
threw
threw
up at
up.
some point.
It sounds like you had a good ass time.
It was fun. That was
But,
the
like-
night that I chipped my tooth in a pool.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't chip actually. I had blood.
Yeah, like
I
I
cracked it.
blood.
think you busted your lip,
Yeah, I did.
but like, He was so drunk in the bottom of the tub that he was like, "Is this how old people feel? They can't even like get up out of the tub."
Because I literally had no energy to move, and
He
I just
couldn't-
relied on her. So I was just thinking, like, fuck, dude, in like 60 years when I'm in a retirement home, is this what it's gonna be like?
But it's
And I was getting depressed.
like, seriously, I have tried to get drunk, but I guess it just takes an awful lot. Although, when we went to Chili's for my birthday, I had one margarita and it, like, made me feel tipsy, like a little drunk. But I have never been, like, so drunk to where I don't remember anything or that I'm hungover.
I haven't been there yet. to where,
Pathetic.
I wake up and I'm like,
No, it's for the
where
best.
am I?
Yeah, you've been
It's
browned
not
out.
fun.
Like you said, you lose memory of things.
Yeah,
But if completely back out means you wake up like, what did I
it kind
do?
of felt like a superpower for a
Oh,
while. I was
that
like,
never
I'm gonna
happens.
go to the backyard.
And you're there.
I'm there.
I honestly feel like so left out. I never did anything like that when I was younger, and it's not because I didn't want to, it's just because, like, opportunity never arose to do it. Also, I felt really guilty, like, if I did it.
Yeah.
Now you're an adult, you can do it whenever you want.
Yeah.
But
least-
also not really, because I have a kid.
Well, as long as, like, I'm home and you're done breastfeeding.
Well,
Which is-
done breastfeeding in general,
Yeah.
or for not that.
That's what I
big.
mean, yeah.
So guys,
Completely done breastfeeding.
on the subject of breastfeeding,
Uh-oh.
Oh, great.
who do you hate, Savannah?
What?
Who do you hate?
I'm just kidding, completely off topic. But nonetheless, you were telling me a story earlier where there's this someone, we won't say her name exactly, but we're going to say Mrs. Nesbit.
Oh, Mrs.
Or Mrs. Nesbitch.
No.
It's Jessica Bacardi Superior.
Oh, dude. Alright.
I'm naming
Yeah,
names.
let's take a little shot. Just a little one. 'cause
No.
we-
That's a good plan, because, like, me talking about Mrs. Nedge gets me in, like, a fucking mood.
Alright,
Sorry, a mood.
Give me some of that pineapple.
I'm SpongeBob.
It's supposed to wait for us, Savannah. Jesus.
God damn it.
Alright, ready, guys? Ready, Patrick?
Yeah, sure. I think we gotta wrap this up.
Okay.
Alright.
We'll end it with your Nesbitch.
Alright, the story of Mrs. Nesbit.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were telling.
So I work as a waitress at a little restaurant here in town. We sell, well, we're mainly like a burger, like pizza place, but we have a lot of like really yummy food. Real good place to eat. And we're a brewery,
Yeah.
so there's also beer and stuff.
Alright,
And wine.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Get to the
Anyway,
story.
so, alright guys. Alright, so that night, it was a Friday. We were busy as fuck.
Oh
so
shit.
we had like, I personally had like an 8 top, and that is what it sounds like, a table
8
with
tops
8
spinning
people.
on the table. That's
With
right. They were
8
all Jews.
people.
They brought their dreidels.
No, they were break dancers spinning on their heads.
With 8 people atop it. I mean,
Atop
around
of
the
it.
table.
8 people on top
I
of
think
it.
she had one too many shots, guys.
Alright, so I had an 8 top, a 3 top, a 4 top, and then Mrs. Nesbit's table, which was a 3 top.
Mrs. Nesbit.
Mrs. Nesbit. Anyway, so this little lady, I was like, and okay,
Describe
so if
it.
you were in like a customer service position and you were serving someone who was your age or younger, and real pretty, but like real mean. Like, do you get, like, to where you're just like, wow,
I would
could...
throw a cheeseburger in her face.
Right? Because, like, I am literally... we are literally of the same mental capacity. You are no better than I am, and I am no better than you, and you're treating me like
I am
garbage.
he, and you are he, and you are...
Yeah. This is
Oh,
your
yeah.
land, this is my land.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, so...
I'm gonna smack a bitch.
I know. And so, alright, so we start out the evening with me being like, alright, ladies... I'll get y'all when I can. As you can
I'm
see,
smashed right
dinner
here.
rush, I'm smashed. So, like, they were sitting for like 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. Measly
1,
minutes.
2, 3.
And I come up to them and I'm like, alright, ladies, when are we having a drink? Mrs. Nesbit pipes up. She's like, we'll talk about water when we get our food. And I was like,
Oh.
alright,
Let's talk
let's
about
do that.
water.
Let's talk about our food. And she's like,
We also have beer. We're brewers.
Have you ever been waterboarded? I like to talk about that.
yeah, serious. So,
Another
like,
time. Yeah.
So, like, I was like, let's get our orders in, guys. And she was like, oh, also, since it took you so long, we're going to have to get those to go. And I was like, all right, we can do that. And Mrs.
3 minutes, everybody.
Mrs. Nesbitch is like,
This bitch.
I guess
Is that what you said?
I'll have the chicken fried steak and the mashed potatoes and fried okra. Folks, we don't serve fried okra. So I told Mrs. Nesbitch, man, we don't serve fried okra. And the menu's in front of her, guys. Like, I didn't even pick it up yet. It's right in front of her. She's like, I don't even care. Where are your sides?
Is she Lumpy Space
Yeah,
Princess?
she's goddamn.
I'm a car.
She was Lumpy Space Princess. I call her LSP. Mrs. fucking LSP. So, I took my pen and like, if you could even see me, I was like just looking right at her, and I took the pen and I tapped it on the sides, which was right in front. I was like, oh, they're right here. Like, she was like, I don't even care. She was like, I'll have some potato fries. So I was like, all right. And so I took all of her friends' orders. There were 3 of them. And I went to put them in. And so they said they didn't want anything to drink. But like later on, after their food was in, it was like 5 minutes later, I was like, okay, them hoes must be thirsty. So I'm going to go get their drink orders.
Hoes always thirsty.
They always thirsty. And so
But
I was
for
like,
vitamin D, if you know what I mean.
yeah, they need cum in their mouths. And so I was like, all right, girls. Ladies, what can I get y'all to drink? Like, can I get y'all some water? And she's like, I could have had a water 50 minutes ago. And like, she said this kind of under her breath, like a little bitch. Like, I was like, say it with your chest, Mrs. Nesbitt. And like, so I was like, I can do that. So I went to get her water and like got her water. And then whatever, I got their food to them. And this little, not Mrs. Nesbitt, but the other little lady that was there, she opened her to-go box and was like, this meatloaf is too small. And I was like, are you sure? She was like, yep. So I was like, I had to go to the kitchen, beg them for another piece of meatloaf. And when I turned around after I had successfully gotten the meatloaf, they had left
Oh my god.
before I got them the meatloaf.
Did you get to eat the meatloaf?
No!
Did you throw it at their cars or drove away?
No!
Mrs. Nesbitt!
So they didn't tip me. They left. They didn't tip me. They left. They were so mean.
And I could go on.
And I could go on and on
They
and
didn't
on.
tip me. They left.
All right,
She's
guys.
from Shriner, remember?
So if you meet anyone that's from Shriner with the last name Mrs. Nesbitt, fucking cold cock her in the throat.
Oh, all right.
Because I hate her. And that's
right.
the reason.
That's the whole message of this PSA. Brought to you by Pineapple
KillMrsNesbitt.com.
Vodka. Alright. Alright, we've done this for 50 minutes, so how about we should just wrap it up?
50?
50
Yeah.
minutes. Time flies when you're having fun.
We're a bunch of
Alright,
losers.
alright. So, I'm Patrick, and next time I'll be here too.
This is Smart Bomb. This is who?
I'm Savanna.
I'm Cesar.
I just said it. I started off. What do you...
Alright.
And I'm Nade.
And there we go. Bye, guys.
Yeah, y'all want to say anything else?
KillMrsNesbitt.com.
Go
and have
kill
the-
Mrs. Nesbitt. Go fund me.
One more thing. Leave with the image of a sloth with parallel helicopter arms. Fuck it up.
No.
Coming at you with murder in its eyes.
We gotta Photoshop one, dude.
I think I'll do it. Bye.
Alright.
Fun.
Adios.